What's going on, you guys? It's be your boy, Scotty by Nature TV, and we are here for a brand new episode of Yes for the Mess, where we talk about celebrity gossip, hot topics, and all things reality TV based. I hope you guys are having a wonderful Monday, and I intend on doing the exact same. So, what is going on, you guys? I hope you guys are having a good one. I'm trying to have a good one. Okay, y'all already know that last night I had a semi breakdown on this here on my Real Housewives of Atlanta review last night. I wasn't intending on having it at all, but grief works in so many different ways and it's very difficult. But I just want to thank everybody that actually tuned in and the people that has been reaching out and just all of this stuff. This is a rough time, like very rough. When you lose somebody to a senseless gun violence, it's a lot. So shout out to everybody that's been in my corner. Now, I don't know if I'm gonna do whether you like it or not panel tonight. It will be on Really B's platform. I actually told her last night when I broke down that I wasn't really sure if I was gonna be there. I know Sakina's not gonna be there tonight because somebody special is in town to see her, so she ain't gonna be able to do it. But however, I'm not really sure if I'm gonna do it tonight. I'm not really in the mood to deal with a lot of people right now. I'd rather deal with everybody separately right now. But yeah, really B is aware. Everybody in the group knows what's going on with me. So there is a possibility that I may not be able to do it. But we gonna see. We gonna see. We gonna see how I feel. But more than likely I'm probably not gonna do it. So, it is what it is. Um yeah, just shout out to everybody. Okay. I really appreciate all of the love and everything like that. Today has also been a rough day. I almost broke down again today. You know what I mean? I almost broke down again today, but it's other things that the devil is trying to bring my way, and I don't need it. Um, Another thing before we get into the church announcements today, I just want to ask you guys one more thing. I know I have not, I wasn't able to do the Carlos King part two of the Kenya Moore interview. And I know that the interview is a little over a week old now. Do y'all still want me to do a recap on that? Because due to my situation with my computer or whatever, I wasn't able to do it. So I want to know if y'all still want me to do a recap on that particular interview because I did not get a chance to do it. Not only was my, audio and my stuff was messed up, but then Tierra had passed. So that's another reason why I wasn't able to do it too. So I just want to know if y'all still want me to do a recap on the Kenya Moore's interview with Carlos King, the part two that I did not get to do. If y'all still want me to do it, I just want y'all to leave the thumbs up in the chat if that's what y'all want. Because if that's what y'all want, then I'll give y'all that too. I may do it later after the panel is over because I want to do it at the same time as the panel. But let me know right now if that's what y'all want. Leave thumbs up in the chat right now. Okay, I see a lot of yeses. I see a lot of yes. I see a lot of thumbs up. I see Marlo B said, "Yeah, I show up to listen to you talk about paint being dry." Oh my god. Okay. Okay. All right. So I'll probably give y'all that because I didn't get a chance to. So I'll probably give y'all that. And it'll either be later tonight or tomorrow sometime. Okay. So now that I'm done talking about everything else, let's get into some church announcements for today. Y'all know I gotta dive into that and let y'all know what's really going on with that. Where we at here? Where we at? Okay. Now, as you guys already know, the Whether You Like It or Not panel is tonight, and it will be on Really B's platform tonight. I think that So Feisty has already put the link down there. So I think she already put the link down there. So if y'all need the link right now, go ahead and click on the link down there in the chat so you guys can go ahead and set your reminders up so y'all can be ready for it tonight. Okay, so yes, it'll be on Really B's platform tonight. Sakina won't be there tonight, and there's a possibility that I won't either. So more than likely, it'll probably just be Really be T, Ya, and JoJo. If they want to bring on somebody to sit in for both me and Sakina, they are welcome to. I already told Really Be that, but yeah, so it's just probably just gonna be them for tonight to wing it for the finale. Roaster review. I'm not sure if roaster review will happen this week. I know that Josiah is the one that's hosting it this week, so I'm not really sure. I'll talk to him later on and see what's gonna happen. If they do it on Wednesday, we're gonna have to change the day. Well, I'll let them two do it by themselves, and then we'll figure that out. But I know that T was sick. And then JoJo didn't do it last week because of what happened with Tierra. So, he's really trying so hard to give me my space, and I really appreciate JoJo for that. So, shout out to the both of them. So, we'll see what's going to happen with Roaster Review. Okay. So with that being said, you guys, we're about to go ahead and get into what we're here for. And I know a lot of you guys are here to hear my opinion about Miss Courtney Rhodes speak on it. Now, I only saw bits and pieces of it last night. I missed most of it because I was on live, but I saw some of it, and I do know that I believe that they took it down and they had to edit some of that stuff that was being said. But it doesn't matter. I'm still going to talk about it regardless of whether it's edited or not. I'll talk about it at the end of the video. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to do all that. Okay. Now, also, before we get into anything, if you are brand new to the platform and you just now finding me, girl, go on and click on that subscription button. We got a goal to reach. You're trying to hit 50K before the year's over with. That's exactly what we're trying to do. We're trying to hit 50K before the year's over with, and we're at 47K. 47.1K, by the way. We have 47.1K right now. So we're gonna try and get, hit that 50K at least by December. That's the fathers I feel accomplished if I hit it by December. That's all I'm saying. I'm really hoping and praying that I do. Okay. But that's pretty much all that I'm gonna say about that. So if you're brand new to the platform, you just now tuning in, make sure you guys click on the subscription button right now. Like right now. Okay, like right now. Okay, so we're about to go ahead and get into it. Y'all know I'm gonna keep it real. Y'all already know that. I'm gonna tell y'all exactly how I feel about this situation. I'm gonna start it off by saying, first of all, Candy, first of all, who told you that we wanted Miss Courtney on speak on it anyway? Who told you that? Because I can speak for the people when I say that we didn't want her ass on. I can speak for the people when I say that, because I remember when it first came out that you was going to do you was gonna do it or whatever, like you was gonna put her on speak on it. I remember when it first came out, everybody was just not here for it at all. And I was just like, girl, why we got Courtney on here? You feel what I'm saying? Like, why is Courtney even here? Like, I don't understand what's her purpose of even being on this bitch, to be quite honest. Like, what the fuck is she here for? Like, why is she here? I don't get it. I don't understand it. I don't get it. It is what it is, y'all. So I'm like, girl, whatever. But I had to come in because everybody been talking about this whole speak on it with Courtney, and we're gonna get into some things now. But like I said, I'm not gonna mince words. I know that there's some things that were taken out of here, but we're still gonna talk about it. Okay. So we're about to go ahead and get into it. And I know y'all can't stand Courtney's voice. I don't know who voice y'all can't stand the most. I don't know if it's Courtney's or if it's Tambra's from Bell Collective. I have no clue. But hopefully y'all can get through this video because I'm recapping it. I hope y'all still can get through it. Okay, I really do. But with that being said, we're about to go ahead and we're about to get into it. I hope there's no glitches right now because I see that thing popping up on the side. I hope it ain't no glitches or nothing like that. Wait a minute, I see y'all saying Courtney. Oh, so Courtney got the worst voice and not Tambra. Child. Okay, so now we're about to get into it. And then y'all already know what we're gonna do. We're gonna do commentary as we go. So let's get into it, y'all.
All right, Courtney, I had to let Torn go because I need this one-on-one.
I am here for this moment.
You are.
I am.
I am glad. I really want to say thank you for accepting my invitation.
Sure.
Because I know some people, we had a moment that wasn't so kind in the beginning of the season. And some people would have probably been like, oh, I'm not coming, whatever. Mm-hmm. So I appreciate you coming on to speak on it.
Absolutely.
I'm about to headbutt this bitch.
And that is the reason why we as the people don't appreciate your invite to Courtney, because you was about to headbutt that and now she don't speak on it. And I get it. Candy invites everybody to speak on it. She gives everybody the opportunity to come on and speak on it. So that's not really what I'm mad about. I just don't want to see Courtney and hear her damn thirst bucket ass voice. Like, that's just what it is. But we're going to continue, honey. Let's continue.
Hey, y'all. I'm your girl, Candy. And this is to my left, Courtney. And we're about to
Speak on it.
Hey!
Even the way she says "speak on it" is annoying. You know what I'm saying? Even the way she says "speak on it" is annoying. Okay, like girl, fuck out of here.
Well, speak on it. Okay. So we have a lot to talk about this last episode, but before I get to that, I really wanted to get a chance to know you better.
Okay.
Because I feel like, you came in like a storm. You came in hot in the first episode, but we really didn't get to know much about your background. So can you please tell the people who Courtney is?
We really don't
what
give
do
a
you
damn
do?
about who
So
Courtney
first off,
is,
I'm a
King, to being
mom
real.
because I think that's the most important job that I'll ever have. So I have a 25-year-old daughter. She is in grad school at Syracuse. She has 2 degrees from Syracuse. She's working on her 3rd. So very, very proud mother. And then my background, actually, I started out with Clear Channel, and I used to run sales arms of stations, right? So media, advertising, sales. And then I went into entrepreneurship in 2009 for the first time, doing consultant for media companies as well as retail businesses. And then was in Atlanta, did pretty well for myself. Then I fell in love and got married and moved to Chicago.
Oh, wow.
And I moved to Chicago and was there for about 5 years with my ex-husband. Got a divorce, and so when I was here before, I had a client, Simon Guabadia, and I worked out of his office. And Dina Marto, who's my now business partner, our offices were beside each other in his office, and I brand managed all of his businesses at that time. So we had worked together in multiple capacities. So when I got divorced and moved back, we decided to merge firms and start working together. So we started a separate marketing agency.
Gotcha.
Yeah, where we work with, it's like us and 8 women, and then I launched a jewelry line.
None of us know. None of us. And guess what? We don't want to know. That's the problem. We don't want to know. We don't know who this is, and we don't care to know who that is. But she here, and we got to talk about her lame, vile ass. Okay, so let's continue, child. We don't know.
In it's a year old, Courtney Raquel. So now I'm marketing my own stuff, and I should have a big announcement about a department store that's actually going to pick it up. So super excited about that. And that's kind of it. And I like to have fun. Like, I'm just a fun girl.
Okay. All right.
Which hopefully you've seen some.
Yeah, I see a little bit. I'm not gonna lie on you.
Right. Like that's my thing, So empowering women, and really I'm just really big about women having a voice and being authentic and really having no boundaries. And I support that and like to have a lot of fun in between.
Well, those are some things that you didn't get to know or find out during the course of the season.
Yes.
Wait, roll back. I just want to roll back. You said you used to work with all of Simon Guabadia. That's Portia's husband, right?
It is.
Yeah, oh, okay.
But this was pre-Portia. But yeah, it was his it was the brand manager for he had like 7 businesses at the time. Yeah. So Dina and I, again.
But didn't somebody say that most of his businesses was fake? So how was you okay. All right, we're gonna continue, child.
Both our offices were within his office.
Gotcha. And Dina is the one that I know that I said I knew on the show.
Which I've always been behind the scenes, and she obviously is like out and about. So yeah, which makes our partnership pretty nice.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Now, all right, so let's address what I'm sure everybody wants to talk about first. Me and you getting into it on the first day. We didn't even know each other.
Yeah.
Okay, so what happened? You tell your side.
Okay, I'll tell my side. So, which I've told before, in September, I was in Paris doing work with the jewelry line, and I hadn't told my business partner that I was considering the opportunity. And she calls one day, and she just thinks it's so funny. I don't know why she thought this was funny, because she knows how I am, right? Like, I don't talk about who I know or who I don't post it typically. But we do have a client that she also works for, who's been a client of our agency for a long time, who actually introduced me to one of my closest guy friends, ironically enough. And so she was talking to, I guess you called his wife, and you guys had a conversation, and it came back to me that you said that I said that we were friends, and I was using the fact that we were friends to get on the show. And so Dina was like, so you just clout chasing in these streets? And I'm like, that didn't happen. So I immediately started calling like the people who I was talking to about getting on the show. They were like, we didn't say that. We told her you're probably going to be on the show or whatever, but we never said that. Candy seems
you was definitely clout chasing. Hell, you clout chasing by being on this damn Speak on the Right about now. If we're being honest here, you was a clout chaser from the time you came on the show. You was a clout chaser when you decided that you was going to fight with Kenya on your first damn episode. You was a clout chaser when you decided you was going to come for Kenya. You was a clout chaser when you sat out there and rolled Sheree and Marlowe's pussies to get the wet. Girl, okay.
We've been in similar circles. I don't know if I told you this, but I thought this is interesting. Did I tell you she was calling around asking some people about me? And she was like, I heard she said that we were friends. Fast forward, I have a scene with Sonya and Sheree, and I'm telling them, and I'm being catty, of course.
What?
Why did I say we're friends? So she's around. And pulls out my Instagram. You know, they both were like, well, you should say something. Ask her about it. We're laughing.
Put that battery in her back.
You know, you should ask her about it. And so I did. And in retrospect, I should not have done it at that party that night. I was drinking. I was getting hyped up. And I'm gonna be honest, like when Marlo came to me and was like, so I heard, I'm like, you know what though? I want to have a conversation. I did not expect it to kind of go where it did, but that's my side of what happened.
Okay. So just to hear it from me, from my side, basically, you know, just like you said, I mean, whenever, you know, somebody is going to be a part of the show, they'll ask, you know, us, you know, do you know this person or whatever. So I was like, yeah, no, I don't think I know her or whatever. And they was like, well, she says like y'all met y'all in the same circles. So I was like, well, who is it? Of course I'm going to ask. Well, who is it? And I was like, well, y'all got her page. I asked them, did they have a page? And so then they were like, it's, you know, they sent me the page and I was like, I don't know her or whatever. And they was like, well, she said that she did some crisis management or something for your friends.
No, but so we do crisis management. The guy was definitely a client of ours multiple times. But and we do crisis management, but
well,
two totally different things.
Okay. Well, I'm just telling you how it came to me. Okay. So of course I'm like, oh really? I was like, okay, well let me ask my friend. Yeah. So I asked my friend and I was like, hey, you ever heard of such and such? She's like, no. And I was like, well, they said they did some crisis management for you. And then she was like, I did not know if I don't think so. And so she was like, well, let me ask him. And so I don't know how they brought it back because we know how telephone works. But at the end of the day, it wasn't anything shady. I was just trying to figure out, okay, is this somebody that I'm supposed to be cool with? And I'm supposed to pull up under my wing to be like, oh yeah, these are my people? Or like, how am I supposed to look at you?
See, this is the first time I'm even hearing the crisis management piece, which is interesting because there was in Atlanta a big crisis management situation with a restaurant. And we were the agency of reference for that client, and he was also a client of ours. So that was the only crisis situation because obviously we had to try to diffuse it. And he actually brought the restaurant tier on, and they did a live or something. But yeah.
Okay. Well.
So you never said that. I said that I was.
No, I said that she says that she, you know, is in our circle. You know, like we met before.
Well, I said that in my business because I had met you
once
or twice.
I mean,
but I definitely never said we were friends or anything like that. So it came back to me all sideways.
I didn't say the word friends, and so I just kind of felt like when I went to the party that night. To be honest with you, I was expecting to either have drama with Marlo, which because I knew I had to do the spoofs. So I was expecting either Marlo or Sheree to say something to me. Sure. So when I saw you, I just remembered your face because I saw the So I was just like, oh, hey, how you doing? And the next thing you know, you was like, so I heard you say we was friends. I was like, wait, whoa.
And I was like, okay, your little faces, which now I know is just a thing, but you were really looking at me with some really wicked faces. Like when I first started that conversation.
You was a little hype.
I probably was.
You was a little hype.
I don't have to clout chase.
I never said you clout chase.
I'm glad we can move beyond. It was a misunderstanding.
No, it was. I mean, I'm definitely moving on. I'm just kind of like recapping because this is obvious.
Know, yes.
You know.
Yeah, no, for sure.
So that's to me how it went left. And
y'all, I can't. Listen. I can't with Courtney and I can't with this damn sit down because I think I'm gonna say this entire time that we're recapping this. Who asked for this? Who asked for this? I didn't. The people didn't. Who asked for this? Who? Cause I'm asleep. I'm definitely asleep. So who asked for this? Cause girl. Anyway, let's move on.
And this is another part of it. I had been like dealing with a lot of drama from a lot of different people right before starting filming. Okay. So and my whole spirit at that moment was like, I don't care who it is, whoever wants to smoke this year, give me smoke. And so I already was. Listen, I was already on edge just to understand.
And then I come in there like, hey.
I was like, wait a minute. So it went left, and then we was kind of on bad vibes for a little while, a few weeks or whatever. But I would say where it turned around for me was when Marlo and I had that big argument at the event that you threw at the game place. Yeah. When I stormed out, you came out and was like, oh, I just want to check on you, see how you're doing. Yeah. I felt like that was an olive branch. I don't know.
No, for sure. And I was genuinely concerned because I wanted us to kind of regroup.
I just was like, you know what? Me and her, we really ain't had nothing to really be seriously arguing about. So
call me petty, but I wouldn't give a damn if she checked in on me. I wouldn't give up because you came on this steady trying to pick a fight with me. So I wouldn't give up if you came to check on me or not. I don't give up if you wrote a check for me. It's still gonna be you because you came on this mother trying to start shit with me for no damn reason. Like you knew exactly what you came on here for. You knew what you was on. So yeah, you can come over here and check on me. Ain't no damn olive branch. Ain't no olive branch. Ain't no strawberry branch. Ain't no kiwi branch. Ain't no mango branch. Ain't no type of branch for me. Because when you come on a mother trying to start with me for no damn reason, a person who ain't did a motherfucking thing to you is you. I don't give up how small or how little it is. I ain't gonna never see you be nothing more than a clout chaser. That's just the truth here. So she can go on about her business when it come down to that. Like, but Courtney is not Courtney. Candy is a good one because I wouldn't. I ain't no way I sit up here and be doing nothing. Okay, period. But but I get it. Candy invites everybody to speak on it, but I'm not that damn generous to be bringing anybody up here on my shit. Because if you said anything out the way about me, and I didn't say nothing out the way about you, and I didn't do a motherfucking thing to you, and you deciding to do what you do, which is sit down and bash me for points, ain't no way in hell I'm letting you on my platform. But that's just me and my petty self. Let's continue on, y'all.
I'm just gonna accept this olive branch. And so I feel like for me, that's what broke the ice.
Yeah.
To where I was more receptive when we were in group settings for the conversation and stuff like that.
Which I appreciate that, because I will say it's hard when you're beefing and you're in this conversation. It's like with a group of women, it makes it very difficult for the whole group. It's just odd. And I didn't like that feeling at all. So I'm like, if nothing else, I'm gonna be respectful for the group and try to come with a positive mindset. You know what I mean? So I appreciate that.
Yeah, people don't quite understand that. It's like, they always be like, if I were you, I would never talk to them, or I wouldn't, why are you being fake by talking to them again? And I'm like, well, over time, if you're forced to be in these same settings with the same group, you kind of feel weird if I'm purposely trying to avoid you or purposely avoid trying to speak to you the entire time. Now, if we weren't, this is kind of like working together, you know what I mean?
Yeah, no, totally.
If we weren't necessarily working together, then it's easy to be like, yeah, I don't want to talk to her ever again and then going about your business.
Right.
But it don't work like that.
I agree. And it's also
I don't know, Candy, because let me tell you something. It's motherfuckers that I don't work with, that I work with right now, that I would never, no. It is not a difficult task to avoid somebody that I don't with. I'm sorry, but once you do something to me, I'm just never gonna put you again. Like, it really depends on the levels of disrespect that you decided to pull with me. It really is really dependent on that. But at the same point in time, it's, to me, I can't see myself dealing with nothing like that. Like, I wouldn't give a damn about that, to be honest. Like, yeah, we're working and stuff like that, and we got to be forced to be around each other and shit like that. But to me, I can't do that. And that's only because, like, I cannot be fake with anybody. That's just the truth of the matter. I cannot be fake. So it's like, even with the people that I work with, case in point, when I got back from vacation, someone said the video keeps skipping. What video? Is anything skipping for the rest of you guys? Because someone said that the video keeps skipping, and I ain't seen nobody say nothing about it skipping. So is it skipping for anybody else? What was I saying? Just case in point, when I came back to work from vacation this past Tuesday, like before my friend even got killed, I got right into a situation with a coworker where we got into an argument where it could have gotten physical. Okay, it could have gotten physical. We were arguing. We was toe to toe arguing on the sales floor. Okay, and it could have went somewhere else. And after my friend passed, he came up to me and he apologized and said that he was praying for me. I accepted his apology, but I didn't really give a about nothing that he was talking about or anything that he was saying, because I'm like, I don't give a fuck about your motherfucking apology. Like, you can keep it. But I accepted it to be polite, because he did not have to apologize to me for anything that he had did, because he started that with me and he came at me out of pocket. So he didn't have to apologize, but he did. So I accepted it. But in the back of my mind, I'm still not fucking with him. I accepted your apology, but I'm still not fucking with you like that. Because if you could with me for no reason one time, you'll do it a second time. And that's just the motherfucking truth. So I get that they have to be forced to be in these situations. But at the same time, I'm good with not talking to you. I'm good with not having anything to say to you. I'm good with not hugging you. This is why I always say I cannot do reality TV, because I can't do that fake just for a chick. I can't. But that's just me. Let's go.
Fun sometimes. So it's like nobody wants a funky attitude, because I'm like the fun girl. Like, can we just have fun? Yeah. And I'm very touchy, and giggly and like go girl kind of thing. So it does feel weird sometimes and unnatural, to be honest.
Let's roll on to some of the other things that happen. Well, I want to give you the opportunity to speak on anything that you didn't get to really speak on during the season. If you felt like you were misrepresented, or, I'm not talking about, I haven't got to this episode yet, okay, but I'm just saying, period.
Let me address this comment. Yes, being on the show may be different, but I'm just speaking on me. I'm talking about Scotty. I ain't talking about Candy Birds. I'm talking about me. I cannot do that for the sake of a show. I can't. That's just that. I can't.
because I know we had a lot of episodes.
We did.
And people were able to, think what they want to think. So I want to give you the opportunity to say, if there was something that you felt like, I didn't get really.
So I appreciate that too. I don't think that I'm very vocal, obviously. I feel strongly when I feel strongly, or I just don't care at all, which is really weird because it's not like I'm not either I care or I don't. What I will say, and it's not that I feel like it was all me, I just hate that I started the way that I did, but people don't understand like it's real, right? So it's real life things happening. And I felt like if I could redo it, I would have honestly gotten to know you a little first and then have that conversation, probably where I wasn't drinking, probably not at that event. And I dealt with starting off like that, but no, I'm pretty vocal, Candy. So I say I wish there could have been a more balanced just a more balanced part of my story, because there were some things that wasn't shown. Like I said, I work, I have an agency. There's 8 amazing women. I have this beautiful daughter. And I really am like a women, support women, love women. I just believe that we make shit happen. I believe we're amazing. And I just think that I just don't ever want to be seen as that woman that's just fighting women, because that's just not who I am in 90% of my life,
Well,
so
you did have some back and forth with some women on the show.
I definitely did. And that's just a part, and that's just a part of owning your voice though. Like I'm not gonna let anybody ever push me around though, right? And I have things to say, but there is other parts of me, and I wish some of that stuff would have been shown, but I'm okay with where we are.
What's your birthday?
January 6th, Capricorn.
Oh, same day as my son.
Oh,
that's
nice.
crazy.
My daughter's a Taurus, by the way.
That's hilarious. Ace is January 6th.
Is it January 6th?
Yes. So you and Sheree are both Capricorns. Yeah, okay, cool. I got to know during the season.
You have an amazing child, just in case you don't already know that, Andy.
Well, Ace is pretty amazing.
Maybe president one day. I don't know.
Okay, so one thing that I did learn about you that I didn't know, because obviously you were brought in as you were Sheree's friend,
which I think is interesting.
But I also found out that you and Shamia had a long, cool history prior to the show.
Yeah, absolutely. We actually met. We were both in Jezebel's. You know how they do the Most 50 Beautiful, and we just she's a fun girl too. So we kind of just connected, and we had a lot of fun. This was again before I, got married and moved to Chicago, so I hadn't seen her in forever. Actually, when I started filming the show, I started seeing people that I hadn't seen in a minute. But yeah, for sure, I love Shamia.
Okay, during the show, we got to meet your daughter's father.
Yes.
Who is a celeb.
Yes.
he was in the group.
Group Theory.
Yeah, sorry.
Mantronics first and then Group Theory.
Well, everybody loved Group Theory now.
Yeah.
But you didn't show a current relationship.
With him?
I mean, like an intimate
relationship. Yeah. Because remember, I just
him are like friends.
Yeah, we're co-parents. Yeah. And let me just say, I don't know about you, but parenting my daughter at 25 is this is the hardest time of motherhood.
You're co-parenting a 25-year-old. But I might be sounding a little bit ignorant, so I'm not even going to go there. But okay, Courtney. All right.
For me, because it really is, because Jayla just is she's a Taurus, she's very strong-minded, and we have to stay on her. No, we stay on her, we double team her. So I thought it was odd that people thought it was weird that we co-parent. I'm like, when Jayla was young, she kind of did what I said do, and it was easy, but now we have to double team her.
Really?
Yeah, we do. It's challenging, and I was pretty off the chain at 25 too. So yeah.
Okay. I thought when they were 25, they get to kind of make their own decisions. So well, I guess when we still.
I mean, we make her think that she's, you know what I mean, but we collectively make these decisions because we're still paying for college. Let's just be clear, and her apartment. So
right. It's like you still got to say. So my question, the reason why I was asking you about the relationship part of it is because obviously on the show, they always want to dive into everybody's personal story, personal life.
Yeah.
You didn't get to show much of yours. So my question is, going forward, if the opportunity presents itself again, how do you feel about that piece of it? Like, are you going to be open to people seeing your dating life?
Yeah, but I will say that I just went through a divorce. So you have to keep in mind, I went through a divorce that was finalized December 2020, and then I think our trust didn't unwire until the following year. So I wasn't dating life wasn't too robust at the time, right? But yeah, I mean, absolutely. I wasn't gonna bring someone on that I really wasn't genuinely dating. But of course, because that's
good.
Life.
I get tired of people bringing these.
I think it's inauthentic, and I think you could tell when that's the case.
But see, the thing about this is we really don't want there to be another opportunity for her to do anything. We'd rather her to just float on, get the fuck out. That's what we would rather she do. So, Candy, don't give her no advice, in the words of my girl, Sakina.
Who are you talking about that you may have seen?
Well, you know what? I've seen a lot of people, so I'm not gonna. I mean, some people do it over and over and over again. But I think it's pretty obvious.
Moving right along.
Yes, let's do that.
Well, relationships we saw on the show this year, because I'm talking about this because it was a little bit in this episode.
Okay.
Marlo and
Scott Lee.
What do you think about their relationship?
So what I can say is, from what I've seen, I like it, but I haven't seen a lot of it, right? I've seen him off the camera with her, I've seen him on camera with her, and I like it, but I don't know enough about it off camera.
Got it.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I was sitting here thinking now, is this one of them fake relationships?
But they kind of have. Don't you think they have chemistry?
Well, what I will say is, what was it? Which episode was that? When I was like, okay, I changed my mind a little bit. It seemed like they had a little something. They FaceTime on one of these more recent episodes.
Yeah.
Where I was like, okay, I might give him a benefit of the doubt. I'm gonna wait the next season
and see what happens.
And see if he's still around.
And let me tell you something else. So we did an event that Moet Hennessy sponsored, a women's dinner, and he was the chef. And actually, they were FaceTiming like just at the event.
Really?
Yeah, so it was off. You know what I mean? Like we weren't filming it or anything. And I was like, oh, okay, because I didn't realize until that night, you know, who was hired as a chef. So they were genuinely just FaceTiming, talking. So I was like, okay,
we might get to see more of Scotty.
Yeah.
Now, I already had met him before because he.
Oh, so Marlo actually has a man and not a toy cop. Okay, I guess that I can give her that much. I mean, she has an actual man. She ain't got no toy soldier. So I guess she'll have something to talk about next season because I know they're gonna bring her cough drop voice needing ass back. Anyway, let's continue, child.
You know, I've been to his restaurant and I've had my friends have had.
Right. And his food's amazing. Like the food he did for us that night was amazing.
Good. I don't have nothing negative to say.
Yeah.
You know, I'm just trying to see how long they're gonna last. So I hope they last.
I'm rooting for that. I think he brings out a calmness in her too that I like.
Yeah, I want to be clear to everybody. This is no hate because I do like him.
Right. Yeah.
I'm just saying I end up seeing her really be for real in a relationship on this in this city.
Yeah. So it's about time, probably.
Oh, it's more the time, but I'm just trying to see because you know, like you said, like everybody knows that the hard part of being on this show is that people don't really you know, some people are scared.
Right.
You know,
rightfully so.
Yeah, especially like the significant others.
Right.
Because we see what happens.
So Kenya, Mello, and Candy calls you a bitch. What do you want me to do? Attack them and say, don't call my wife a bitch. Some things is really not worth it. Okay. What in the motherfucking world?
Okay, so let's dive into this episode. Starting off with Ralph and Drew.
Okay, girl.
Lord have mercy.
Child.
You a cousin, girl.
Child.
You are the cousin.
You know what? I'm claiming the cousin because we're actually cousin-in-laws, but he and I have created a very genuine relationship, and I am here for it. I am here for it.
Girl, who was married into the family? Was it you or was it Ralph? Because now y'all said that y'all found out y'all was cousins doing the damn ancestry shit. That's what you said the first time. And then you said you was first cousins. And now you saying that y'all cousins by marriage. So who got married into who family, Courtney? Y'all not cousins. 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 Y'all are not cousins. So who then are you thinking that you fooling? You not cousins. Y'all are kissing cousins. Y'all ain't no fucking cousins. The girl. How the fuck y'all cousins? This is just girl. Let's continue, honey. Let's continue.
Let me say this.
What's so funny?
I know I'm laughing. It's like we are actually cousin-in-laws.
You look so
a lot of people didn't understand it, but me being
I
a
did
person,
from the jump.
Well, yeah, you tried to explain it a couple of times, but people still was trying to be like,
because they just didn't want us to be. You
Right.
know what I mean? But
Right.
we're Black folks, and when you meet somebody that grew up spending the same night in the house that you grew up spending the night at, you're cousins. So
Yeah.
say what you want. If you don't understand it,
Right.
you just don't have a traditional Black,
To be honest,
family dynamic.
Right. To be honest with you, I got a huge family, so
Me
I
too.
get it. I get it. Like it's like cousins or the other cousin. When they bring that cousin to too many of the family events, they are a full blood cousin, not a cousin-in-law.
Right.
So I get what you're saying.
Yeah.
But you know, everybody don't understand that dynamic.
Right.
The only part that I didn't get about it was that it seemed like Ralph was so quick to defend you against his wife. And that's what I was saying. Like, I mean, I get the cousin-in-law thing, but it's like y'all just met, really, even though y'all have family that goes way back.
Yeah.
It's like his wife of, I guess they got married the same year.
8 years. 8 years.
It's 9.
Oh, 9. Okay.
I think they got the same year that Todd and I.
Okay. Yeah.
I think they knew each other 13 or something like that.
I'm
Yeah.
not sure, but
Like I would have been feeling away
No,
if Todd had did that.
rightfully so. But I think that, and I totally agree with you in most relationships, but I think that we all know that their relationship wasn't that traditional. And when I met Ralph,
What do you mean by non-traditional?
I mean, just that they were having some issues. And when I met Ralph pretty early on, once we realized that like my first cousins are his cousins, actually his best friend is my first cousin and all that, you know, he's like,
Girl, I'm so confused. Girl, first you said y'all met y'all cousins. Then you said y'all were first cousins. Then you said that y'all were cousin by marriage. Then you said that his best friend is your cousin. And then how the fuck is y'all related? Can you please tell me that? How in the fuck is y'all fucking related? Seriously, it's so goddamn confusing. God. Seriously though, how in the fuck is y'all related? You gotta pick your poison. Which one is it? Your first cousin? Is your cousin by marriage? Is your best friend like what the shit? knock my damn earphones out. Like, what the? Are you? Girl. Oh my God. She is so exhausting. Let's continue.
I'm gonna just be honest, like Drew lies really bad. So I want y'all to build a genuine friendship, but just be careful because my cousin.
Okay, so now Drew lies, but you didn't set up here and lied about how you related to this man. Okay. Okay, right.
This was like, she's a ride or die. Like, if she rock with you, you're gonna love her. You know what I mean? So he was just pretty honest with me, like, give her a fair shot, but please know, like, she's done it to me for the last 8 years.
But even though he knew we were filming together and you could use that information,
but I never did.
Not at the beginning.
No.
At the
I mean,
end.
until I had permission to. Like,
it's like when people break up, like you have your friends you're gonna take, and Todd's gonna have his friends that he takes. Like you
said it was all fair once they started breaking up.
Well, no, it's Ralph is my people at this point. Yes, if she didn't meet Drew at that party. She didn't meet Drew first.
And I never said anything that Ralph wasn't okay with, right? Like and there's a lot of things I haven't said that I'm not going to say because I know it's important for their discovery and their divorce. So I only said things that I knew I could say. All along, I genuinely was believing Drew and trying to build a real friendship with her. And he's like, watch her. You know what I mean? And I'm still like even with you all, I was believing Drew.
It goes to show y'all that Ralph don't like Drew. We've been saying that he don't give a fuck about Drew and that he's not loyal to Drew. It goes right back to that. We already know. We already know. We already knew. We already know that. No, we already knew that. We knew. We knew. Absolutely. We knew that he did not like Drew. We already knew that. Let's continue.
You know what I mean? And then I realized, holy shit, like, because typically I could tell when somebody's full of shit, right? But Drew had me fooled, girl.
I think she's a great actress. She's an amazing
actress. Is that what we're going to call it? Or just a compulsive liar?
Ooh.
Maybe she's both.
Child, we're going to be rolling the clips of these lies.
Listen, I've kissed a girl before.
You know, she tried to come for me at reunion. We can't,
talk about that
reunion yet.
Yeah.
But
girl, reunion was good though.
Yeah, I'm gonna definitely have to drop these. I'm gonna have to drop the receipts.
You gonna drop them, Candy?
The lies. I mean, just simple stuff how she lied in our face and people don't remember.
And it's just stuff that nobody cares about. That's the part I don't understand. It's like, Drew, nobody cares.
I said you cheated on your husband with me. I cheated? Yeah. We kissed.
I have to ask about this because they showed a little bit about it, but they didn't show a lot. Now at what was that thing that Drew had with the spiritual mental health retreat? Yeah, I had a brain freeze. So at the mental health retreat, a lot of things came up when we sat down to eat.
Definitely.
With that being said, I have to rewind a little bit back to the Portland thing because it was the videotape, the infamous videotape.
The infamous video.
And you were on the tape saying whatever about bitch.
This bitch.
Yeah. So Manyetta, I felt like you were talking about Drew.
Yes.
When Manyetta showed me the clip when we were on scene at the movie we were shooting, I saw it. I was like, well, I can't really tell who you were calling a bitch, but I knew you said the word bitch because you said, I don't even use that word.
I don't go around saying like Candy's a bitch, Drew's a bitch, is what I was saying. Yeah.
Okay.
But what I was doing was that night, you and Drew in Portugal had a conversation about whether or not Drew kissed Latoya, right? And Marlo recorded Drew, and then Drew was talking, and she's like, and this bitch, I was imitating her. And this bitch, because we were still talking about who was telling the truth. Because at that point, I didn't know that Drew was a complete liar. So she had said that I put it on my kids. I never kissed her. So I was believing her. I'm like, well, maybe Candy was drinking. They were like, well, Candy don't drink. And I was like, well, damn, I don't know. So when she put it on her kids, I'm like, there's no way. And I'm talking to Sonya, and I'm like, because she was so like, in this bitch, and she was talking about Latoya. So I was imitating Drew, but I was not calling her a bitch. I was imitating the way she was acting about Latoya. And the videos came to life. So you can literally look at my video and the recordings and see what I was doing.
Who did she put on her kids? Was it the first argument that she had with Sanya? She never kissed.
She never kissed a woman. She
said she never kissed a woman.
Yes, and she said, I swear on my kids. So that's why I was believing her, right? Like, how are you gonna put that on your kids? And I think most of the other women were like, no, we believe Candy. And I was like, I think Candy was drinking. That's when they were like, Candy don't drink. And I was like, oh, well, darn.
Well, no, I just thought the funny part was because I think everybody remembered that Drew had said at one point that she's kissed a girl before. But at that moment, because I remember we were talking and it was like, Drew, I'm shocked because I thought you said that you had a girl experience before. She was like, no, I never did this. And then I immediately said, yeah, you did because you kissed Sawyer. But overall, she was denying ever kissing a woman, period. But I think the simple fact, even when I called Shmi on the phone, Shmi was like, oh yeah, she kissed. That was the first thing she said.
Oh, so she remembered too.
She did. But then when Drew kept saying, no, because she was talking them out of what they thought.
And I was still, again, believing Drew and trying to build this friendship with her. So I'm like, she would never put on her kids, right? Like, nobody does that.
But everybody else was like, giving her a pass in that moment. I was like, no, you are not going to make me unsee what I saw.
And the crazy part was, she was so convincing which I don't know if you saw the recordings that Marlo had. She went on Latoya so bad. Like, and this bitch did this. And so I was just like, oh my God.
She did. Anyway, but, either way, the whole situation with that. Speaking of, should we at this point drop how she do be lying?
What'd I say?
You said you seen them kids too.
When? At the time, I didn't really remember when she said it, but I knew she had already said it publicly or around the group at least that she had kissed the girl before, but I didn't realize it was at this moment. But that's why Sonya said, I could have sworn you said you kissed. Well, this is why, because Sonya was out there. Drop the receipt.
Listen, I've kissed a girl before. I would not have to lie about that.
Have you ever kissed a woman, Drew?
I've never kissed a woman.
Because she told the world that she's already kissed a girl before, but y'all seem to have forgot. And y'all seem to think that Candy is outing her when she's already has said this before y'all.
Hold up.
Loud and proud.
And let me add, Candy, when I was talking to Rob about it, he was like, I don't know what the big deal is. She told me so she got back. Like, why is she making this a big deal? I mean, and I can understand. I think it's not fair to people to also be like, well, you're not a good friend for outing her. It's not about outing someone. It's about someone lying about something that is not even a big deal. Like, no one's trying to out you, Drew. Do what you want. Like, out you, that's a little extreme.
The other part of that video clip was, Mayana said you were fighting for your life. Trying to prove your loyalty to Sheree. I think that's what she was trying to say. Because you were also on the video, you say something about Sheree, you talking about how long y'all been friends or something.
Yeah, and I think that's cute of Manana, fighting for my life. I think we all know I don't ever feel the need to fight for my life in a group of women, but that was cute. So, but what she was talking about was Drew had texted me. So when we were in Birmingham, it was brought up that there was a chef who there was $1,000 that was owed to the chef from Drew.
Okay.
And when Ralph and I were talking off camera, I said, Ralph, can y'all please just pay the chef? Like, this is crazy, right? And he's like, I've told my wife to pay the chef, right? So then Drew, when we were in Portugal, texted me and said, you know, I have to bring up the chef thing. And I'm like, and she made it seem like I told her, like came back to her, like, oh, like me and Sheree is like gossiping. And I'm saying like, oh, Sheree told me about this $1,000, which was never the case. And I was like, Sheree, we've been friends long enough. You already know how I am. You already know my character. So I'm not going to sit here and defend it. And I do feel like that happened not a portion, but fighting for my life. No, like, what are you talking about? Well, Sheree and I have had, you know, disagreed, like whatever. Like, it's not even a big deal, but don't pretend like I told you something. Like you and I are gossiping about Sheree when I never told you, number one. And I just told your husband, was like, just make that shit go away. It's $1,000.
Okay. Well, I think the thing that was basically being discussed, on our end when Mayetta brought it back was the collusion.
I'm gonna be honest here. Y'all know I got to be. I'm being honest. This speak on it with Candy and Courtney is making me a little bit uncomfortable. I just gotta be honest about that. It's making me a little bit uncomfortable because it's not making Candy look good at all. It's making it seem as though you're so amped up to prove that you're not lying to the fact that you're looking like you're doing things out of spite. You feel what I'm saying? Like that's how it's coming across. It's looking like you're doing this out of spite. Like you mad because she called. It's so many things that I could say because I feel like no one wants to be called a liar, right? And that's what Drew has said about Candy. Drew has stated that Candy lied on her. And we don't know Candy to lie. So Candy is going to drop the receipts to prove that she's not a liar. And then on the flip side, the timing of this speak on it looks bad because her daddy just died. So it just looks like it's a whole, I'm inviting Courtney on just to bash Drew type of situation. That's just how it looks. And one could argue that, you know what I mean? It's like, one could argue that Candy invites everybody to speak on it, which she does. She absolutely invites everybody to speak on it. She invites everybody to give their side of the story. She does. That's no lie. She absolutely does. But it's just something about this one that I just don't like. You know, I normally like all the Candy speak on this. I don't give a fuck who on it. I enjoy speaking on it. But it's something about this one because it comes across like Courtney came there just to drag Drew and be Ralph's mouthpiece. That's what it looks like. And then on another end, it looks as though Candy is sitting there entertaining it at the same time. So that's why it's looking bad on Candy's standpoint because Candy cannot make Courtney say anything that she don't want to say. You know, she can't make her say nothing. She can't force her to say nothing. You know what I mean? But when you see Courtney up there taking this opportunity just to drag Drew down the way that she is, it looks like, you know what I mean? That's how it looks to me. You know, that's the part that I'm concerned about. But we can continue on.
Collusion. Which I had to look it up. I didn't even know the word.
I mean, a whole collusion.
You know, in this show over the years, obviously there have been what they call people getting in their alliances or whatever, right? And so I guess the whole point of that discussion was to say, like, you guys were in an alliance. Basically you, Sheree, Sonya, Marlo, or whatever, right?
She loving the vibe and she wanna give me compliments.
Hey, girl.
Look gorgeous. My diva, show up. Look,
This is so amazing, Marlo.
Basically, you were showing more loyalty to Sheree than your cousin. Because what I will say is that earlier on in the season anyway, if there was ever a time where your name came up in discussion on our side, she always was defending you because you were the cousin.
Same thing here with me and my friend group, right? So I was defending her when everybody was calling her a liar. I'm like, guys, she hasn't lied to me. That I'm defending her too. So yes, we both did that for sure. But I still don't know what we were colluding about. We literally was discussing you and Drew's conversation, and then we discussed the $1,000 and just why Drew didn't think it was a good idea to pay this lady who babysat and cooked food and did all those other things. So if that's a collusion, I mean, if that's a collusion, then it's a collusion. Like, I don't know. And if I'm having a collusion, I'm not going to discuss it in front of Manana. Let's just be super clear, because you know what I mean. Like, it just doesn't make any sense. I was genuinely trying to get to know Drew and build. Because I'm like, oh, she's, family. Like, I genuinely wanted to build a friendship with her. And even in my scenes with Sheree, I was like, Sheree, just give her a chance. Like, and I'm filming saying this, right? So in my group, even with Marlo, like me and Marlo and Drew had a whole scene together, which didn't air, where I'm like, Marlo, you got to just give her a shot. Like, she seems like a nice enough woman, right? None of that was aired, but I was definitely 10 toes down for her until Portugal.
Okay, so moving right along. When we back to the retreat, the other thing that was brought up during that dinner was that Cynthia had, I guess we all went to the birthday dinner for Sheree, which was off camera.
So that wasn't filmed?
It was not filmed. They were just going as friends to Sheree's birthday dinner. Right. But it did come back that what's his name? Martell. But it did come back that Martell had tried to get y'all to Cash App for the dinner because he wasn't going to pay it by himself.
That came back.
That did come back. Now you do realize I was not there.
Yeah.
Kenya was not there. Drew was not there.
Right.
So it had to be somebody in the alliance.
And you know what? And let me tell you why I didn't like that. I'm gonna be honest with why I didn't like it. Number one, I was there that night, and I was actually at the other end of the table. Martell was at the head of the table.
No. And he didn't pay for it?
No.
She said no, he had the head of the face.
So listen, he was sitting by Sheree at first, and then he moved to the head to talk. And this is the thing, and I'm gonna just be honest. I went to that dinner not expecting him to pay for anything because it's her birthday, right? However, when he was talking about the Cash App, guys, he was joking. It wasn't, I promise you, it was joking. And I was at the other end of the table. I already had my card out. The funny part about it is her friend Stan asked for the check and paid for it. So whoever went back was honestly being catty. Like, it wasn't anything like him. He was not being serious about it. And it really wasn't a big deal. Because I'm going to be honest with you. Like, I mean,
you talking about whoever went back and said it was being catty. Well, who went back and said it though? Because it's somebody out of your group. Because the other group wasn't invited. You know what I mean? The group wasn't invited. Candy, Kenya, Drew, they weren't there. So who went back and told it? If you didn't tell it, that's between Sonya and Marlo. So who went back and said it? Talking about whoever went back and said it, they were just being catty. Girl, please.
Anybody could have easily paid and made it seem like it was him. He was joking. He literally was
joking. So do you think he was going to pay?
I don't know. Like, I don't know because I wasn't even thinking about that. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I took my credit card out and Stan was like, I already took care of it. So I was like, oh,
sweet right now.
No, I'm being honest. Like, I never thought like, ooh, like that night.
Okay, so you didn't think it was kind of like odd that her guy was not really volunteering to pay the check?
I didn't perceive it as him not. He was going to pay, but he was saying we had to Cash App him. Like, he was joking. He was joking about it.
Let me just say this. When Sheree was asked about it, and I don't even know if they didn't even show. Remember we went to the place that Kenya had invited us to, the workout thing, we jumped around and stuff.
Yeah.
And the conversation, it was a bigger conversation about it then. So I'm not sure if they're going to show it in a not seen.
No, there was a big conversation.
It was a big conversation about it. In that conversation, it didn't seem like Sheree was saying she felt like he was about to pay. She just didn't like the fact that
again, I don't know if what his intentions were. I just know he was being funny when he said it. I promise you. Like, it was a joke, and I didn't think
many true things have been said in a joke.
I mean, right? Like, I don't know, but it was nothing to make me think, oh my god! Like, I just didn't walk away thinking that. I had a free meal. It was pretty amazing. I gave her a nice bottle of champagne, and I was like, happy birthday. I didn't think anything of it. Listen, once I was joking in the store, Candy. I don't know. Let's move on.
We'll just say that you didn't say it.
I definitely didn't say it.
Okay, we'll leave it at that. I just thought it was kind of funny because I just felt like the whole.
So let me address this comment here. It says, Drew dragged Candy about dungeons, saved this for the movie. She imagined a kiss because she wanted to. And now that Candy clears her name, she's wrong. I don't think you heard me say that. I think that I don't think you're talking about me. I think you're talking about people in the comments because I pretty much have said the same thing that you just said in the comments on multiple videos. It's just that I don't agree with this particular speak on it. That's all I'm saying. And I'm just telling you how it looks on the outside looking in.
Time I've been getting the heat for saying stuff about Martell in the beginning, but I'm like, ooh, in your own circle they still shading his ass. Okay.
Do you talk to Drew's sister? Had you ever talked to her and seen?
Briefly. Well, at Drew's skating event, I met her sister there.
Jamie wanted to know at the retreat, did she ask you any questions about you calling Drew a bitch at the retreat, or did she just save it for the finale? Is that what you asked?
She did at that table. She
did.
She said something. She's like, you said because I don't remember.
She approaches you at the end and makes it seem like you guys have a connection or like, why would you lie to my face? And I was like, do they talk? Like,
no, we don't talk. We're not friends.
Officially meet, or was everybody like hi in the room? Like, have you officially like in the
the official meet that went past already?
Went past official meet, the reunion. I don't know if y'all gonna see it or not. It was another situation where she just in my face yelling and screaming.
Was the camera set up for it?
You calling me a bitch?
Yes, girl. But from what I was told from somebody in Drew's camp, is Drew knew we were about to film and sent her after they've been drinking tequila in the room, so sent her into the scene.
Oh, you don't use the word bitch though.
Oh Lord,
it didn't end good, but
that was a day. That was a day. Ralph basically Drew brought up the whole conversation about the bitch, and Ralph basically said, "Well, plenty of people didn't call you a bitch." So once again,
true.
Ralph was taking up, but for you, Morning was taking up
because I have been a better friend to Ralph in these last 6 months than Drew has been a wife in 8 years. Period. And I stand on that. Because I would never do the things that she's done to him and try to make him seem like this horrible narcissistic husband when she's just been playing this whole victim role, trying to.
But he is a horrible narcissistic husband, girl. Are you serious right now? That's exactly what he is. Do you not see the things that he's done on camera to this girl? Gaslight stuff out of her. Leave her at dinner tables on the rooftop. Leave her crying, laughing at her when she expresses the hurt that she feels. Like, what the are you talking about? And what the type of woman are you? You claim you a girl's girl, but you sound very male identified at this particular moment. You motherfucking sardine eating mother. Like, I just cannot get over the fact that you really sitting up here being so loyal and down for Mr. Ralph as if he's some innocent victim in this situation. The same way you're saying that there's nothing innocent about Drew, there is nothing innocent about Ralph at this point. And the fact that you're sitting up here defending these gaslighting manipulative ways of his is very strange to me. It's strange to me. So it seems to me like this cousin of yours is getting you down. You got to be the mother that he met in Tampa. Were you in Tampa, Courtney, or were you not in Tampa, Courtney? Because you're talking like you were the one that was in Tampa. Let's get into it.
To intentionally create these storylines that make him look horrible. Like, that's not okay.
Are there any moments throughout while filming?
She don't have to make him look horrible. He looks horrible every time he opens his motherfucking mouth. Like, what are you talking about?
When something comes up where Ralph actually was like, hey, I've been meaning to ask you about this and seeing, like, has he ever approached you? Is it something we may not have seen in the episode?
No, he and I were talking, and it wasn't like we were talking every day, right? Like, the funny part was we were like talking to our cousins because we just couldn't even believe it, right? Because I'm real close to my cousins and he is too. And so we were definitely, it was more of like that stuff. And then we would talk. I knew as soon as I met him, I knew he was ready to divorce Drew. Like, that was no secret. Like, they had been, I mean, he told me about the whole Tampa situation and what really happened. And
do you believe him on the Tampa situation?
I have no reason not to believe him, I think, at this point. But
I'm sure you don't have a reason to not believe him because you probably was the mother that was in Tampa with him. But okay, we could sit up here and pretend like you wasn't, but I believe you were. That's why you going so motherfucking hard. Because the thing about this is you're fucking him. When it should be me that's doing it. But that's a whole nother story. Let's move on.
I do know that they were already talking about divorce at that point. And I mean, they both have admitted that, right? So and so we would talk, and then he would just be like, and I'm like, well, Drew said it, and he'd be like, what? Drew said what? And and I'm like, something's off with these two. Like, they're clearly not on the same page. So that became very apparent to me.
Got it. We had the party, and it's all about the movie The Past. Hello, I can't really talk that much about it because it's strike, but yeah, it was shown on this episode. This is reality TV, so I'm talking about this episode. Anyway, we decided to let Drew also perform at our rap party because that was a rap party.
No, of course.
Now, with that being said, they showed a lot of Drew performing and singing this whole season, right?
They have.
Yeah, she got a lot of shine on this music.
She definitely has.
Which is a good thing.
No, it's really good. Yeah, hopefully she'll take it and run with that.
So, okay, so she was able to come in. She was about to perform, and her sister had pulled you to the side. How'd you feel about it?
I was really annoyed. Number one, because I'm like, this is another event that I'm not trying to argue with somebody at somebody's amazing event. Like, let's let them have their moment. But when she kept at it, I was like, okay, Allison, let's go talk about it. So I had a conversation with her, and I realized that Drew really didn't want to hear the truth about the bitch thing because I had already told Ralph what happened. I'm like, listen, I was imitating her. The reference was about her. I'm imitating Drew, talking about LaToya. I did it. I own it. I'm sorry, but I never at any point was like, Drew's a bitch, right? I'm imitating exactly how she was imitating LaToya, right? Mm-hmm. Drew knew that, and Drew just continued to carry on. And then to put her sister on me, like, stop, Drew. Mm-hmm. So at that point, I'm just like over it. Not to mention that day, my aunt, who Ralph and I are connected through, we found out that there was nothing else that they could do with her. So like, I just wasn't in that kind of mood to play games with them. So I just, it wasn't good. And I'm
he had already, so you, because when they were talking about it after Portugal, you know, she wanted him to speak with you. So you guys did talk.
We were talking the whole time.
Okay.
And Drew was lying constantly. We did this whole scene that wasn't shown where I had to invite her to dinner and apologize to her. And she just, that's when I actually said in that. Yeah, she like walked off because she wanted me to have a problem with her for some reason. And I just was like, Drew, I really don't, other than I know you're a compulsive liar. Like, you're a fun girl. Like, Drew's a fun girl when she wants to be, right? So I'm like, I'm not going to create this fake storyline with you. I'm not going to keep going back and forth.
Do you think that maybe she just didn't like the fact that you and Ralph were becoming super cool and he was sharing things with you?
I don't know, because she didn't say that. She never said that. She acted like she was cool with it. She's like, I'm happy he has somebody. Like, she was acting like she was cool with him. I, at that point, had nothing against Drew. Like, we were still, I thought, cool, right? It wasn't until the next day when I realized that she went to tell Kenya the karma thing. I was like, oh, okay, she's moving a little sideways. Got you. But before that, I was cool with her. So she knew I wasn't saying like Drew's a bitch. She knew it, but she just, that was her narrative and she wanted to run with it. So
okay, so let's roll back to the karma thing since you brought it up.
Okay, yeah.
Like, what was that about?
I mean, Kenya fell and I just said it was probably her karma.
And that's how you really feel? You standing on?
That's how I felt. And it wasn't that deep to me. Like, karma is a conversation. Like, if I butt myself, like, shit, that's my karma. Like, it's not that deep to me. It's not something that's like, I don't know why people want to act like.
Girl, it was that deep because it wasn't warranted. And you knew that this was fucked up that you said that because somebody failed. Like, girl, what the fuck are you? Girl, really? This bomb is annoying. Okay.
Like, I said anything so horrible. But yeah, I definitely stand on it. What's her karma for being a mean girl? Period.
Well, I don't agree with
you.
You
can't. That's your friend, but she's still a mean girl.
I'll leave it at that.
She's still a mean girl. That was her
karma.
To
speak on it is for, I guess, to be able to say what they feel, and I'm not to.
I do not co-sign this message. Yeah. I get it, but yeah, she's a mean girl, and that was her karma.
All right, okay, we go.
Just move on past it. Mean girl, mean girl, mean girl. Okay.
Sonya, okay. This, I'm not, smiling about this. I'm smiling about we really have a happy ending now, but unfortunately, during the time of filming, right after the wrap up, when they came back to do the first interviews after wrapping the season, Sonya and Drew both got bad news in different ways. Right. But Sonya's was life changing. Yes. She lost the baby that she had announced to us during the season. Yes. But now she made the announcement online, so you guys know that now.
Yes. And we're so happy for her. I'm so happy for them.
What they call that? The rainbow baby?
Yes.
So now their family is still happy about a blessing. Yes. So I don't want y'all to see this episode and think that what was going on this filming is a reflection of what's happening in her life right now.
Oh, right, yeah.
Because I know that can be confusing.
No, absolutely, right. But she's happy, and she's well on her way. So
right. So
this was life-changing, I think.
Yeah, no, we're going to get to Drew. If you are following the blogs, you know that they are currently expecting a bundle of joy, and they're excited about it. So we can still be excited, y'all. We can still be excited. We see Ralph sit down in the chair, and we see Drew sit down in the chair. They both telling their separate interviews. But Drew is giving her emotional, dramatic entrance at first. Yes. Right? Because I guess they must have just filed for divorce at that time. Right. And Drew is explaining that, they were having issues and she filed for divorce. She was saying that Ralph had a lot of infidelity issues, and she was saying that she's allowed a lot of things to happen that shouldn't have happened.
Yes. And this was the reason they were getting a divorce.
Yes, that's what she was saying before they saw what became 911 news on her timeline.
Right.
Okay. Now, what did you think about what was dropped in the blogs? And to be clear, what was dropped in the blogs was that Drew and Ty, well, she's cool. Me and Ty are cool. We friends too. But she's known to the public because she used to be in a relationship with Mimi, who used to also be on the other reality show, Love and Hip Hop Atlanta. And so Ty is a public person, meaning she's been in the public eye before. She has had her own professional career as an athlete in the WNBA before. So she's had her own career of success or whatever. So it's not like she's, trying to put herself out there, and she's not trying to get any hype off of this situation. Right. So I want y'all to be clear. This ain't a person who just tried to send a story to the blogs or anything. So this was not sent by Ty. I'm just trying to make that clear. Right. But apparently Mimi, who used to be in a relationship with Ty, had posted a picture. What did she post? I forgot.
A pic of Drew and Ty, I think, right?
She posted a picture of Drew and Ty.
Oh, Ty was at Ralph's party?
Mm-hmm. Ty was at Ralph's party.
I didn't know that.
So
did Ralph know Ty prior to this? No, I don't think.
No, Drew did invite Ty to the party, to be clear. No,
that's not true.
No, she invited Ty to Ralph's party.
Well, so you didn't go.
I wasn't invited because
You saying it's a Ralph's party?
Yeah.
Okay.
He invited me, and then me and Drew were like leaving. I was like, that's not a good idea. And he's like, all right, cool. Like, but I was invited. I chose not to go because of where Drew and I were.
Right. So anyway, to be clear to everyone, this tea dropped in the blogs. It was going viral as Drew was sitting down in her chair. So after she had just told everybody in the world that the story of their breakup is because Ralph and his infidelities, then this tea was dropping 911 news. Okay. I didn't know what to think at the time because even though Drew and I had our little back and forth during the season, we had just finished this movie together. I'm trying to celebrate in that. Drew and Ralph on his actual birthday, they came to New York to go to the finale of my production, the play I was producing, The Piano Lesson. So right after that was the party. Now, what I will say,
did you go to the party?
I was out of town. I didn't get to go to the party. Now, what I will say is, on this episode, I did not like how she tried to drop in there about, what did she say? I met Ty on Candy's movie.
Like you were the mastermind
behind
this
movie.
Okay, Candy, you're good.
I'm like, she's sitting up there acting like I'm like, she's acting like I am the mastermind of her being a full out lesbian and going on.
Candy, you are good, girl.
Why did she drop my name in there like that? It was the way she said it.
You know why?
She said, on Candy's movie. What, girl? And as soon as they put that out, I knew somebody was gonna try to blame me for that mess. So I'm gonna clear up what her meeting Candy's movie. How she ended up meeting on Candy's movie.
Please do, because I want to hear this.
Okay.
Let's
be clear.
Speak on it, Candy.
Yes, because I didn't like that. I didn't like it because first of all, I did not like when she told Sheree during the season that I had made up the story about her kissing girls because for the sake of promoting a movie.
But no one believed that. Like,
but I didn't like it. I didn't like it.
Wow.
So anyway, I definitely didn't like her dropping my name again in that way. So anyway, from the way my understanding is, okay, so our movie stars, the three major leads are Drew, Erica, which is a friend of mine, but she's an amazing actress, and Rob. Right. Okay. They all are actors who work a lot. They got a lot of movies behind their name. Now, with that being said, Erica is also friends with Ty.
Oh,
okay. I'm friends with Ty.
Yeah,
That's cool.
okay.
But on set, apparently, and Mayetta says this on the show.
Two different, yeah.
On the set, Drew said something to the effect of, if things don't work out with Ralph and I, then I'll just I might have to just get with my girl crush or something.
Ooh.
And Mayetta said, "Who is your girl crush?" And she said, "Ty."
I saw that in the confessional. Mayetta's confessional. Yeah.
Right. So she said it to Mayetta,
Okay.
but she also said it to my friend who was a makeup artist, and she got a part in the movie as well. Tay.
Okay.
I don't want to get mixed up. Let's say my friend who's a makeup artist. Okay. So anyway, with that being said, my friend who's a makeup artist mentioned it to Erica. The next day, Erica had brought Ty to set.
Because Drew said that.
Now, I don't know if it was because of what Drew said.
I like the hookup.
I don't know if it was because of what she said.
Okay.
But what I will say, she said prior that was her girl crush.
So it wasn't you who said the whole thing.
I didn't set it up. She said out her own mouth to the people who you heard Mayetta say herself, from her mouth to Mayetta's ears, it's on the show, that Ty was her girl crush. So it was mentioned to another friend on set who was friends with Ty, and voila, Ty showed up the next day.
Okay.
Now I don't know.
It was two different ways.
What?
The makeup artist, I guess they're probably just talking about how it's going so far. And she's like, yeah, you're not thinking anything of it. You're like, I was trying to help Drew get into it. She's talking about a scene with a girl, and it's like, well, just think about like who your girl crush is.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
That's right.
She said, so you're like her dream the life.
Wait, hold on, not me. Stop dropping me. Now, mind you, just because she said that was her girl crush, it does not mean you have to act on that. So I'm not saying that makes her guilty, innocent, or anything. I'm just saying that Candy didn't do it. Okay, that's what I'm making. It manifested itself. Like, yeah, don't be Candy's movie. Don't do that. Don't do that. Anyway, so after that, Ty may have stopped by the set a couple times. May or may not. I'm not confirming.
Right.
But she had friends on set. I mean, a few of us are friends with her, so it wasn't a big deal.
Like, I just good friends with Ty.
Yeah, a lot of us. I'm not saying that she had to be coming to see Drew.
Right.
Okay,
I get it.
that's not what I'm saying. I'd be having to clear my name in these streets.
Girl.
Because people just using me as a fall guy. You're not gonna do it to me. Not doing it to me. Well, the other part I'm gonna say that happened in the after show with Drew and I. She said that Ralph was the one who made the story up about her and Ty. She said he made it up, and then she was like, he's the one that the story. Whenever you ask anybody where did they get the story from, they're gonna say Ralph.
Not the blogs, but Ralph.
She's saying that Ralph is leaking that story to the blog.
With the pictures.
That's what she's saying. Well, that's what she said in after show.
The pictures were online.
Right.
She made reels.
No, wait, what?
The birthday pictures?
Well, I mean, I guess the story itself, I guess she's saying they're trying to make it seem like they hooked up.
Did she not see that Mimi had posted about it?
Right, but I guess she's saying that him and Mimi are in cahoots some kind of way. But what I will say was when she and I were in the after show, I didn't go into any real gossip that I heard or anything like that. But I will say that, she was like, where'd you hear from? And I was thinking about Todd, obviously, and Ralph are good buddies. And of course, Ralph told a lot of the guys what was going on in real time. And of course, my husband told me. So I was just like, okay, well, yeah, I did hear something from Ralph. Anyway, but that whole situation was a crazy way to end the season. Yes, it was. I mean, who could have ever thought that was going to happen?
It was like the perfect storm, right? Because obviously we know the whole conversation about her kissing a girl, it just came up out of the blue. It wasn't like anyone, it wasn't even intentional. And then Drew just doubled down, and I would never do that on my kids. And then for this to come out, it was
so
literally
crazy.
The perfect storm, the way it kind of unfolded.
Yeah, that is the crazy thing, that it did all go together. Yes. Now, if I was a mastermind, girl, I had to have superpowers to put this little thing together, because realistically, that whole argument between her and Portland, that was never supposed to happen. It would have never hit the TV if Marlo wouldn't have had her camera. No, right. So, like, how did I plan that to happen so perfectly? I don't know. But what I will say,
I'm glad Marlo had her camera, because that's what vindicated me when I saw her saying
that is true.
Imitating the twins like this bitch, and then I was imitating her saying this bitch. Right. So thank God for Marlo and those cameras.
Right. I mean, overall, honestly, I feel like this really doesn't even have to be a relationship breaker if that's the problem.
Because you already talked about it.
Yeah, I don't think it has to be a relationship breaker.
I think it's the lion for him.
People were loving your reunion look.
Oh, thank you. I love yours too. Actually.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
No, for sure.
Yeah. So, how do you feel how you were represented overall?
I think overall good, because it stayed 100% true to me. And for me, I just didn't want to go in and have preconceived notions based on other people's relationships. And I feel like I was authentic. I said how I feel. I owned what I did. So overall, I feel good. Yeah.
Okay. Well, that is all, guys. Everybody, please follow Courtney on all platforms.
Thank you for having me.
We won't.
Thank you to speak on everything.
Yes. We got to have you. Okay. Yeah. Well, thank you for watching. Speak on
it. Well, they did it out. They edited a couple of things out. They edited out the part about Courtney speaking about the kids. They edited out the part about the mental health. This is what I'm going to say about it now. You don't get on nobody's platform and you don't talk about their kids. You don't sit up here and question anybody's mental health. Those are like, the mental health thing is one thing that I do not play about, because I am a 34-year-old man that deals with depression all the time. I'm actually in my dark space right now because my friend was murdered almost a week ago now. On Tuesday night, it will make a week. So I don't like it when people question other people's mental health or mental state of mind and try to make it seem like everybody's lying about depression. And this is the reason why people don't talk about their mental health, because people will question and try to make it seem like you're using depression or any kind of mental health issue as a way to get attention, or a way to sit around and make it seem, as a way to get attention, basically, in so many words, or a way to get sympathy. I'm pro people talking about their mental health. I'm pro people being very much open and transparent about depression, as I am. You feel what I'm saying? So I would never be okay with anybody doing it. And Courtney is a vile human being. She's a vile person to sit on anybody's platform and speak about their kids and speaking about somebody's mental health. Now, Candy, I'm going to say this. I know that the shit has been edited out, but you need to make a conscious decision the next time you bring somebody on your speak on it. And when somebody say bullshit like that can get your ass backlash the way that you've been getting, you might need to tell Jamie, girl, you might need to edit that out. Edit that out, edit it out, edit it out. Because regardless of whether or not you said it or not, the people are going to point the finger at you, because they're going to feel like you allowed it, and because you brought her on your platform. Trust me, I know. Okay, let's take it back almost about a year ago when Terrence decided that one of our special guests for Roasted Review would be Mark Scott, someone that I disagree with. But for the sake of the team and for the sake of the platform and all of that stuff, I decided that I'm going to do this. I'm going to support it. I'm going to do it. You know what I mean? And with us bringing him on the platform and us talking about what we were talking about and him saying what he was saying, regardless of the fact that I was the one that was calling him out on his shit, regardless of that, I was the one that got dragged. The rest of the guys did not. I'm the one who got all of the backlash, all the backlash. Everybody dragging me. Everybody mad at me. Everybody coming at me. Everybody was unsubscribing from me. All this other stuff. Only because I participated in the interview. And they were mad at me. As if I was the only one that was up there talking about it. You know what I mean? Like I was the only one doing the interview, so to speak. I'm the only one doing it, but it's 3 people up there, but I'm the only one to get all the damn backlash. Everybody mad at me, and I'm the one that's sitting up here trying to hold this. I'm one of the ones that's sitting up here trying to hold this man accountable for the bullshit that he was doing on social media. I'm thinking I'm doing everybody a due diligence by calling him out on his shit, but at the same point in time, everybody mad at me just for sitting there doing the damn interview. So it's like, you know what I'm saying? Regardless if you are the one or not, they're going to point the finger at you because it's your platform. So even though you had nothing to do with the shit that Courtney was saying on your platform, you had nothing to do with it. It had nothing to do with you. You had nothing to do with the foul BS that this lady was saying on your platform. Nothing to do with it at all. You had absolutely, positively nothing to do with what she said. Nothing to do with it. But they're blaming you for it. You know what I'm saying? They're blaming you for it because it was on your platform. And they're going to feel like you was sitting up there allowing it to happen. They feel like they're going to feel like, oh, you should have spoke up, or you should have said this, or you should have said that. They're going to be mad with you because you sat there as a bystander and you allow her to say what she said. But the purpose of the platform is called speak on it. You feel what I mean? So of course you feel like, well, I'm not doing anything wrong. I'm just allowing her to speak how she feels about stuff. You know what I mean? It's just a lot of things that goes along with it. It's the fact that people were already mad because Courtney was up there. Let's be honest. They was already pissed that Courtney was even up there to begin with, okay? But then she get up there and she talks all this bull. You know what I mean? So, I'm not mad at Candy. I don't feel like my mind is going to change on her because everybody makes mistakes, but I do feel like this is a learning lesson, so you don't have to go through this again. I feel like the next time you bring a person on, speak on it, and they say something offensive or they say something real crazy, you need to make a conscious decision and say, okay, we're going to edit that part out. I get this whole thing about keeping it real and keeping it funky and being 100 about whatever it is you say and standing 10 toes down on whatever it is that you say. But some things don't need to be said, and some things are not meant to be heard by the public, because if they hear it, you're gonna get praise, or you're gonna get drugged for it, or you're gonna get ate up in the comments about it. It's just that simple. And the fact, just like Prosperity Thick Girl 40 just said, the people that don't like Candy took that as a chance to go at Candy for what Crooked Mouth Courtney said, and that's exactly what happened. They are looking for a reason to blame you for something. You know what I mean? They're looking at a reason to blame you for something anyway. So by you bringing Courtney up there and you letting Courtney go in on certain topics, it's not a good look. You feel what I'm saying? So that's how I see it. So I don't know. Well, the only thing that I can say, because that's all I really got on this whole speak on it thing. Like, this is probably the only one of the speak on it that I really don't care for. But that's probably because I don't care for Courtney. I don't like Courtney at all. I never seen it for Courtney and her damn slide to the right, slide to the left mouth that she got. I don't like her cha-cha slide ass mouth. So it is what it is. You know what I mean? That's just how I feel about it. With that being said, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. I know that my energy is not necessarily the best, but I'm here and I'm trying to do what I can to give you guys the best content that I know how. I got another computer, so it seems like my StreamYard has been working pretty decently on this computer. I have a MacBook now, so I guess it's working better with this versus my Chromebook that I had. And then, I had to stop doing them on the Dell desktop too. So hopefully, for the last couple of videos, everything has been good for you guys. Once again, thank you guys for everything. Y'all, for the constant condolences, the constant, love that y'all been showing me since my friend died. I really appreciate it. It's been a rough couple of days, but we're waiting for the crime lab to release her body. They got to keep it for 10 days. So we're waiting on that before we have a memorial. So it's going to be a rough week and a half because it's going to be dragging. and all that other stuff. But, to each his own, y'all. I'm gonna get through this the best way that I can, and I'm gonna continue to give you guys the best content that I know how. I see that original Straight No Chaser did a video talking about the situation with Martell and Ariana and Sheree in the love triangle. I might do that video tonight. I might do a live on that tonight versus doing the Kenya and Carlos thing tonight. I might do the Kenya and Carlos thing tomorrow and then do the video about the original Straight No Chaser stuff tonight. That might be the best move for me to make. I'm probably gonna do that tonight. So with that being said, y'all get ready because Friday is Boys Night Out Day. We'll be back for our fourth season. Friday night. So make sure you guys tune in. It's at 8:30 Eastern, 7:30 Central Time. Make sure you be ready for that because I'm very excited. We've been gone for so long. And we're gonna get it together. One-on-one, I gotta reach out to my people once again because everything that has happened with Tierra has pushed a lot of stuff back for me. So I gotta go back and make sure things are right. Okay. So I'm good. So I'm about to go ahead and get up out of here, y'all. Shout out to the new subscribers. Like I said, we have a goal of 50K. We're trying to reach that goal by December. All right. So wrong one. So with that being stated, you guys, this be your boy Scotty by Nature TV. Be sure to like, rate, comment, subscribe, and share this video, and also click on the notification bell so you can be notified whenever a video drops. And if you want to follow me on any form of social media, my Twitter and my Instagram will be down below. With that being said, you guys, your boys up out of here, and I'm gonna leave you guys with 2 promos from my upcoming panels that will be starting this fall. I'm out of here, y'all. Bye.